So one of the number one questions that I get is, oh my gosh, Jamie, how do I price my coaching offer, my high ticket coaching offer? So once we have things figured out, like what the program length is, what the frequency is of our calls, and then also how long we're actually meeting together and all of those things, then the question becomes, what exactly should I charge for this? And so often, especially people who aren't that new to the coaching or consulting space, maybe they've had personal fitness clients or whatever, a lot of times what they do is they'll charge hourly, or they'll sell, say, 4 sessions, 6 sessions at a time to their clients, right? And I really actually want to encourage you to not do that anymore, okay? What we want to do is actually create a longer term package, because that's what you, as the coach, as a consultant, know is best for your clients. So for example, if someone named Phil came to you because Phil wanted to lose 50 pounds, and you know, based on Phil's lifestyle, his nutrition, where he's at in his body versus where his goals were, you know for a fact that it's going to take 6 months to a year for him to make this happen. Okay? So you can be very honest with Phil. Phil, this is going to take 6 months. That's why my program is 6 months long. It's not allowing Phil to come to you and buy 4 sessions because you know for a fact that 4 sessions simply is not enough. Right? So you've got to be firm in your knowingness that no, my program is 6 months because I take someone who's at this point and I get them here in 6 months, because that's how long it takes. And this is my price. Your price is not just for your hour of time each week or every other week or how often you're going to meet with them, right? Whatever your frequency is. If you're not sure on those things, like what's included, what's my frequency, how often am I meeting with them? Like, go and check out this video right here, because that's going to answer all those questions for you. But this one, we're going to go specifically deeper into how to actually price that offer. Okay. So you're not charging hourly. As much as you think you are not, because you are charging for your time in between those calls where you're doing WhatsApp text, WhatsApp voice, emails back and forth, right? You're available for that amount of time. You're also going to be creating worksheets or templates or video guides or whatever else they might need in between of meeting with you. So you're also going to have that time that you're going to be putting into this, right? And so I want you to understand that this is so much more than just your hour of time every week. Okay, so that's from more of the perspective of the time that you're dedicating to your client. But there's a whole other side to this that you have to connect to in order to feel confident charging what you're worth. And that's connecting to your journey. Look, think right now, how long ago did you start this personal development journey or your fitness journey or your mental health journey? For me, like, how long ago did I start my business journey? Well, I was 15 years old. It's been 15 years since I started my journey of entrepreneurship. So it's wild, right? So I've been working on this for 15 years. I've invested over $100,000 into my own personal development, right? I've also built a multiple 6-figure business. I built a 7-figure pipeline, right? All of these things that I've done, specifically all the hours, all the trial and error, the 12-hour days back to back to back, the years spent behind the scenes trying to figure this out. That's what they're paying for. And it actually, I was listening to Jim Quick's book, Limitless, this morning, and he said something in there that I will never forget now moving forward. And he was talking about this factory. Okay, this factory was used to like producing mega amounts of goods day after day after day after day. And one of the machines broke. And everybody in this facility was freaking out because nothing was working. And they were trying everything and nothing was working. Well, finally, I don't know when, whether it was days later or weeks later, this mechanic shows up and he's there for like 5 minutes and figures out the problem. All he did was went into one of the machines, popped open the cover and tightened a screw, and everything started working again. And then the factory owner or the manager, whoever it was, it's not the point, comes up and says, okay, oh my gosh, thank you. Like, what do we owe you for your time and for doing this? And the guy said, that'll be $10,000. And the owner was like, $10,000? You were here for like 5 minutes. I'm going to need to see like an itemized receipt or something just so I can justify this price. And the guy takes out a pen and a paper and he writes down screw $1. Knowing which screw to fix $9,999. You're not just helping your clients with the screw, right? You're helping them know which screw needs tightened. With your knowledge, your expertise, the amount of time, effort, sacrifice, money that you've specifically dedicated to get your transformation is what they're paying you for. And sometimes we get so disconnected from that fact that we don't feel like we can confidently charge what we're worth. A lot of times people also have limiting beliefs around charging what they're worth because they are like, well, financially, I'm not there yet. Like, I've heard this quite a few times. They're like, okay, well, this person that I spoke with, who is a potential client of mine, is already making multiple 7 figures. Like, how could I, or who am I to coach this person? Because I'm not financially there yet, no matter what niche you're in, right? And the reality of it is the person who's made 7 figures or 8 figures or whatever they make, it doesn't matter. Whatever they make financially, they're coming to you because they have a specific problem that they're looking to solve that they see you've solved for yourself. So let's go back to Phil, okay? So Phil, who wants to lose 50 pounds, Phil, 50, yeah? So let's say Phil makes multiple 7 figures every year. He would not go to you to make more money because Phil's learned how to do that already. Phil's coming to you because he's rich in his bank account but poor in his body, okay? And Phil sees that you could help him fix his body because you've done that for yourself or you've done that for others too, right? So that's what Phil comes to you for. So there's no reason to feel like we can't charge Phil money because we don't have the result of money, right? The result of money will come after you start charging money for the thing that you actually can help people with, right? Which is not, at this point, if that's you, how to make money necessarily. It's how to help people lose 50 pounds, right? So that's what I want you to connect with. This is also in another video that I teach this exact tactic on, but it's like wherever your current goal is, right? Let's say your goal is to make your first 7 figures as an online coach and consultant, then what's going to happen is you're actively pursuing that goal. But say you already have 6 figures, right? But your goal is 7. You don't realize a lot of times how far you've actually come. So what I would really encourage you to do today is to really sit in your physical shoes, open your eyes, and look back on your journey of what you already have done and already have created, because I guarantee you are so much farther than you actually believe. And that's what people are hiring you for. They're hiring you because they know that you have the solution that they're waiting for. And so I know this has been a whole video about pricing, and we've not yet once been like, this is your price. So let's break that down exactly right now. I've given you a lot of backstory, but that's all important details that you need to understand before we can actually get into the pricing, because we've got to crack down those limiting beliefs so that you feel confident in charging what you're worth moving forward, yeah? Because you have to connect with your past. Your past is your knowledge, and your knowledge is what you're charging for, right? So we have to know your past, right? You have to be confident in what you can do with people moving forward. So that being said, we can do it really simply. And I just encourage you not to overthink this. Why? Because you can change your price whenever the heck you want to. You can change your price. So what are we going to do? Well, we're going to decide, what exactly do you want to make each month? Let's say you want to make $10,000 per month. Great. Cool. Now, how many clients do you want to work with on a weekly basis, right? We've already determined that you're going to be working with people 1 time per week for 45 minutes to an hour. So if you want to work with 10 people per week, that means you want 10 clients and you want to make $10,000 per month, meaning you're going to be making $1,000 per month per client. Yeah? Simple math. So then if you're like, ooh, Jamie, like $1,000, that's more than a car payment. Like who's gonna pay me for that? I would just encourage you to connect to what that time is worth for you. And once again, not just the hour that you spend with that person each week, the worksheets, the templates, the guides, the trainings, the WhatsApp messaging, all of that. Because if you have a doctor or you have a dentist or someone who's ever allowed you access to them 24/7 in your back pocket, then please let me know, because I'm going to switch. But that's usually not a normal thing to do. So it's insane how much access people are going to get to you and your knowledge, right? And so connect to that fact. So I want you right now to just close your eyes get centered and ask yourself, what is that time worth for you? If you knew that you could charge whatever you wanted to charge right now, what exactly would you charge someone? I would recommend, if you're just starting off and you know that you can help someone and you know that you can bring value to the table, and you also know that you're taking that time away from your family, your friends, maybe you have a job still, maybe you don't, maybe you need to make up that money from your job, then decide, like, what have you been paid in the past for your time? And honestly realize that it's more than just 1 hour per week, and be okay charging what you know you're worth. But then we're not just going to charge $2,000 a month and not actively work to get some results. We're charging that amount of money so that both of us are equally vetted, invested into the game, right? So you know you're showing up at your best, and so is your potential client, right? Because when you pay attention. And so ultimately why we're charging is, like, I don't know if you've ever signed up for something that's like $7 online, right? Like, I know I have. I don't even know if I actually used that guide at all or like implemented it. I might have just signed up and then completely forgot about it. Like, there's probably things that I've paid for that I just don't even remember paying for. But I know for a fact when I spent $15,000 to hire a coach for a day of his time, like, you better believe I was fully present. I got a babysitter. I was all in that conversation, took notes like freaking crazy, and like implemented that information that I learned, right? And when you're paying $2,000 a month for a coach, you better believe you are showing up, you are taking action, and you're gonna get those results because you have to. Like, you are burning the boats and you are investing in you. And so this is not just something that you've got to get through. This is something that you have to help your clients understand. Like, they're investing in themselves because they want this change. And when they're invested, they're gonna show up, they're gonna pay attention, and they're gonna get the results. So that's what you have to make it about. Less about you. Like, stop being on self and be on purpose. Like, the more that we're hung up on what we're pricing this at, what our offer is, and the less we're just going out and just doing it and taking action, just the less progress we're going to see and the less people we can help, right? And so just get out of your own way. Choose that price that just lands with you right now. You can always change it later, but find that sweet spot where it's like, oof, this number like kind of freaks me out. I know this is what I really want, but oof, it makes me really nervous. Like, find the one that makes you like giddy, like a little bit excited and a little bit nervous, but not so out of your comfort zone where it's like, holy shit, I don't think I can do that yet. Like, I just don't feel like I'm there yet. Stay away from that number and go with the one that feels like your sweet spot right now. Once again, you can change it on your next client. You can change it 20 clients from now. Really doesn't matter, but just choose the one, go all in, and that's it. So that's how you price yourself. If you're still feeling like you're having limiting beliefs or you're not feeling confident with the price that you want to charge, definitely subscribe to my channel, because there's going to be a lot more videos that are speaking more to the mindset of pricing, the mindset of enrollment calls, and actually how to like pitch your program and make it so that your prospect and your potential client actually sees the value and can justify the cost, right? We're going to be talking a lot about that in coming weeks. And so make sure to hit that subscribe button. I would love to hear your feedback. If you drop a comment below, what is the number one takeaway from this video? And also, what are you going to charge? I want to hear that number. So I'm going to hold you accountable. And thank you so much for being here, and can't wait to help you build up your business alongside this channel. See you in the next one.